This is Free Zone Radio.
For Free Zone Radio, this is With Honors, Season 2. It's here at last. On Friday, March 20th, 2026, Project Hail Mary arrived in theaters. And for our class, this wasn't just a trip to the movies. This was a launch. I was already a fan of the book before the school year started, but last fall, Andy Weir's novel became our book. The story that pulled us in and challenged the way you think about people and the universe. It made us laugh, and it reminded us that science, and sacrifice, and friendship can still feel wondrous. As Ryland Grace set out on his one-way journey toward Tau Ceti, carrying the hopes of Earth, we set out on our own, much smaller voyage. Not across light years, but across town, headed toward a screen big enough to hold a story that had already meant so much to our group. Grace never got to bring his students with him, but as a teacher, I did. For one day, I got to take my class and a few coworkers on a journey to the stars. And like Grace recording what he learns in hope of sending something meaningful back home, we brought the microphones with us to document the ride. Project Hail Mary imagines a near future in which the sun is being drained by a microscopic organism called astrophage, putting Earth on a path toward extinction. Humanity's only clue lies at Tau Ceti, a distant star system that seems to have resisted the same threat. Former scientist and now junior high teacher Ryland Grace is recruited for a desperate one-way mission to investigate and save humanity. But the story's power comes from more than its science fiction premise. Grace's dynamic with the stoic Eva Stratt reveals the brutal cost of survival on Earth, as well as the need and the scarcity sometimes of real relationships in our lives. On the other hand, his friendship with the alien Rocky opens the story into one of cooperation and loyalty and hope across unimaginable differences. At its core, Project Hail Mary is a story about risking everything for a future you may never get to see.
Is that me?
I need you to come with us. The sun is dying. You have a doctorate in molecular biology.
And I ride a bike to work. And it's not for exercise.
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct, including us.
My ship. I'm Grace. I'm gonna call you Rocky. So, I met an alien. He's a genius engineer. And if I can't understand what he's saying, he puts on a little puppet show for me and my tiny brain. And you know what? I don't mind it. His planet's dying too. We're here for the same reason. Grace, Rocky, save stars. Am I expendable? It's almost like you don't care if I die. Hold on, you have to talk about it?
The consensus here is that it would be preferable if you did not die.
Thanks, guys.
You're a great scientist, Dr. Grace. And a great human being. The world is counting on you.
It's now or never. Call it fist bump, by the way. Fist my bump? No, it's fist bump. It's not the same.
Before every mission, there's the mission prep. We get excited, we feel the rush of anticipation, and we take a last-second stock of our expectations for the mission. While doing hall duty, I asked my co-teacher, Hannah, what she expected from the show. So today we're going to see Project Hail Mary. What are you expecting? This is Hannah Randolph. What are you expecting out of the movie today?
Ooh, a return to cinema. I'm hoping for another Interstellar.
Absolute cinema. And then we were off, barreling toward our destination. I talked with my co-teacher, Drew, on the bus ride there. You'll definitely hear the ambient noise of the ride and the student cargo. Drew and I had podcasted about Project Hail Mary last year on his show, A Dead Man's Books, after I asked him to read it too. And we potted about it in front of the class and with students last fall after our unit study of the book. In ways, this duo is kind of like Ryland Grace and Rocky. But who exactly is who in this odd couple scenario, neither one of us are exactly sure yet. All right, man. We're heading to Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It's the day. We're flying out to Tau Ceti right now.
Yes.
Excite. I'm wondering how this is going to sound with background noise.
I don't know. I feel like I can barely hear myself. So I'm not sure how this is going to translate over.
We're currently sitting on a school bus with 30 kids, 3 teachers, a bus driver,
Yep.
and no aliens.
And no what?
No aliens.
No, not
Except
well.
Owen. There's Owen.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there are a few. On the bus.
There's another one we could have just picked up. So what are you expecting out of our day today?
Well, right now, what I'm really looking forward to the most is some coffee. Yeah. That's at top of my list right now. I mean, Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite actors, so I'm sure this is going to be great from an acting standpoint. Also, we've talked about how they said that there are only like practical effects in this. There are a few CGs, but no green screens. That's what I should say. It's all real sets. So I think that makes a difference because, you know, Christopher Nolan, his movies are always very successful, and I am not really a movie person, but I do enjoy watching anything Christopher Nolan makes.
Right.
And I think that that's part of it is because he uses, you know, all practical effects. So
Hannah said the same thing. She said that she was expecting today was going to be a return to cinema.
Ooh.
And that it was going to be Nolan.
Is this Top Gun Maverick?
I think so.
Tom Cruise is the last movie star.
But I also think that that's a little bit weird that you say you're not a movie guy. Because I mean, I know
movies.
you like the James Bond books and stuff,
Yeah.
but you like James Bond.
Yeah.
And you like Star Wars.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And other stuff.
I guess it's just like, it's not my, like, if Mary Beth was like, we're going to go out. Do you want to go eat or do you want to go watch a movie?
Oh, yeah.
I would be like, I want to go eat. Or if you said, hey, let's read, we can read Project Hail Mary together or we can watch the movie together, I'm going to be like, let's just read the book.
Yeah.
I'll watch a movie, and I guess I feel like that I guess Mary Beth would say that I'm a movie snob.
Oh.
And so I have to really enjoy a movie to sit down and watch it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if it's not good, I'm ready to get up and do something different. So
My wife loves going to the movie theater, just loves it. And I'm the crotchety old man who usually doesn't, because I don't want kids sitting behind me talking stuff like that, or grown man boys with fleas all over them or something like that. But I'm excited because I know all of these people today.
Oh, yeah.
So that, I don't know, I'm excited about this. I don't know, it's got a soft place in my heart because we read this book a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then we, as a collective, read it this fall.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you've been through a story, you've been through the book over and over. You got to know the characters the first time, you fell in love with them a second time. I'm a creature of science, and I like a good guy. And it's a buddy movie, too. It's Rocky and Ryland, R&R.
Which one is Dee Dee and which one is Go-Go?
I don't know, because both of them are pretty nice guys. I think I think you could easily be either one of them, but I don't know that there's a crotchety old man, one of them. Like, we are definitely the odd couple, so it's like, have you ever seen The Odd Couple? So we are definitely that. But I don't know. Do you think one of us fits Ryland Grace or Rocky more?
I'm going to say you would be Ryland Grace and that I would be Rocky. That's what I'm going to say.
Why?
I think because Rocky kind of shows up just kind of like, well, hey, what's going on? Hey, everybody. And Ryland Grace is kind of like, I got to get this done so I can get home. Like, I got to get, so, yeah.
Well, it's going to be a good day.
Yeah. Great
We're
day.
testing out new microphones on the bus. Everything looks like it's incredibly high volume right now.
I know.
So
Maybe we should back them up.
No, it's the bus.
Oh, it's just the bus.
But we'll try this again. We're going to head into Cracker Barrel first and refuel.
Are we going to clip these onto our shirts while the movie's playing and be like, oh my gosh, I can't
Who would
believe
stop us? Are they going to really be
big
looking?
Hollywood.
Are they going to be looking?
Actually, I think at this point, Big Hollywood would be like, oh, please, yes, thank you, come in. Yeah.
Nicole Kidman shows up and says, hey, you need to watch the silver screen.
Oh, how cool would it be if it was like one of those screenings where Ryan Gosling's like has one of those messages before? It's like, hello, English class.
I would die.
Me too.
That would be cool.
I would scream.
Absolute cinema. That's what Hannah said. All right, we'll check back in at Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
We stopped for breakfast at Cracker Barrel. Several students got to share their expectations for the movie there, for these characters we've come to love, and for the ride to Tau Ceti. Okay, so we just had breakfast. We're getting ready to go to Tau Ceti to watch Rocky, Ryland, Dr. Eva Stratt. Trevor, what are you hoping about today's movie experience?
I'm hoping it's going to be a good movie. I think it will be, but yeah. I'm hoping they are accurate to the book in as many ways as they could. And I also hope they accurately depict the Russians and Stratt.
But mostly the Russians. So we podcasted about this last fall, right? You podcasted about the movie and everything. What's one scene from the book you definitely want to see today?
The explosion at the military site.
I knew he was going to say that. Summer, we podcasted about this book last year. What is one scene from the movie you're hoping really shows up from the book?
Well, I know this scene is going to show up, but when Rocky comes out of his atmosphere to save Ryland, I mean, like, because it's just such a big, pivotal, like, plot moment that they can't physically not show it. So if they don't, that's going to be very, like, upsetting.
What are you excited most of all about the movie, though? Are you excited about the acting? Are you excited about just seeing the whole storyline? Like what?
I'm very excited about seeing Ryan Gosling as Ryland Grace. He feels like such a good pick for it once you read the book.
I'm going to start doing these interviews like the Vox Pop interviews you see where Billy walks up to somebody and is like, Jason Crockett, do you know him?
No, I don't.
You don't know Jason Crockett?
No clue.
What is wrong with you? And then if I gave you $1, would you hit somebody? So, Christopher, what are you hoping for out of the movie?
I'm hoping it actually feels like I'm watching a rendition of the book and not someone's fanfic from the book.
Are you afraid it's going to be fanfic?
I hope it won't be, but it's a very real possibility of Hollywood these days.
Kate, the movie, you read the book. What is one scene from the book you really want to see in the movie today?
The part where he almost dies, but Rocky saves him.
That's dark, sister. That's dark.
It was like one of my favorite parts of the book. Yeah.
All right. What about next year? Do you think next year's kids should read Project Hail Mary, or should we do something different?
Yes, they should read it. Because it was a really good book.
What do you think? Should we do something different? Because they'll have the movie already out. Won't a lot of kids just default and watch the movie?
I think we should do something different.
Something new?
Yeah, something new.
Like what?
Romance, but without smut. So those are always great, easy reads.
Lainey Knock, should we read Project Hail Mary with next year's class, or should we do a new book?
I think you should read it. I think it was good, and I think it had a lot of discussion topics in it. But also, I feel like you shouldn't read it and do a new book, so it can just be our special thing.
That is one thing. You are not my favorite class. You are not my favorite class. You are not my favorite class. Don't go tell kids that you were my favorite class. Don't tell them, because they get so jealous and resentful. But I don't know. Every time I think about this book, I think that was our book. Just like one of my first honors classes, The Hobbit was our book. And I don't know, do I really want to share that with some other group of kids? Do I really want next year's? Do I really want Emmy to have Project Hail Mary, or do I want Emmy to have her own thing?
Project Hail Mary was probably my favorite book we've ever I've ever read in class with a class. So I want them to experience it, but at the same time, I don't want Emmy to experience it. So, because she's a loser. She doesn't like reading.
I was going to say, is she going to care whatever I give them?
I don't think she'll appreciate it.
What do you think? Should we use Project Hail Mary, or should we do something brand new?
You should use it, so we're always in your class, So we're always around.
My Rockies.
You're missing 5 students.
I bet they're on the bus right now. We're gonna do a head count.
Brooke and Owen and Henry are in. Lucas are all on.
We're gonna do a head count. We're heading out to the bus right now. Everybody grab your vapes. And then it was time for the movie. A countdown for tickets and popcorn and seats and house lights, and then the show.
3, 2, 1.
And once everything was said and done, the verdict was in. Joyful applause for this absolute sin. What'd you think?
Muy bien.
Muy bien. So what'd you think?
Amaze.
I knew she was going to say that. Fist my bump. What about you?
I was going to say, fist my bump.
Get over it. So, Eva, what'd you think?
I cried.
You cried.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to change the ending for a minute because I didn't realize how much time was left. I thought they were going to change the ending and actually make him go home, and I was really upset.
Afterward, we celebrated with a trip to Baskin-Robbins, and the kids had more time to reflect on what was, or what was not, kept in their movie. I mean, you fall in love with a book and its characters, and it's only natural to want to see everything brought to life on the screen. But film is not the same kind of storytelling that novels are. There's an economy of time, and film provides visual cues that tell a story dialogue doesn't always have time for. Still, some kids are ever the critics.
They took out a lot of science, like the Sahara Desert and like the ice caps, and there was just so much that they took out.
It felt like a supercut of the actual book.
Yeah, my whole essay that I did was based on the science behind like they were doing to the Earth by making that mission, and they left basically all that out. And they didn't say what the detriments were on that part.
Yeah. They left out a lot of like the external people. They only mainly focused on like, I'd say 7 people, and that's the most. When there was like at least 20 you could have included, but
that was exactly what my wife said. She said she wished she had seen more of the science in it, like when he's having to figure out like, am I in gravity? Well, like am I in space or on Earth or what? But I think the reason they probably did that and a lot of these other things, it's already a 2.5-hour movie, and they had to like abbreviate and kind of just smush some things together. What were you gonna say?
Oh, well, they did kind of show with the ice caps whenever she was, like, on the ship, but it didn't say anything about it, and so you really had to read the book in order to understand that that was what's going on.
I feel like that was more so just as time went on and the sun got dimmer, the water just froze, like the oceans literally just froze, and that's what they were going on.
Yeah, that could have been the Atlantic for all we know.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that when you pointed that out. I didn't realize that's what they were showing.
I thought that's what.
But if you read the book, you know, there are going to be environmental consequences. But if you don't, she could have just been up north or in the Antarctic. Yeah, that's true.
And then you end up being like, why is she just on an ice cutter when she's like the direct? It doesn't emphasize the importance of her or like what's going to happen afterwards. She's just Strat. They don't tell anything about her. They don't even give her last name. It's just, I don't know.
I did really like how they made a relationship more between Strat and the main character. So I liked that they romanticized it.
It was awkward and like forced. I was getting awkward in that because we get no personality except she sings, and then it's just like. Okay,
but that is her personality. That's what I would counter with, is that is her personality.
She's just stoic because it's what needs to happen.
She is a stoic creature.
Include the fact that she was gonna like be sued for the rest of her life because of everything she did.
Yeah.
That was a big point for me.
I agree. I thought about that while we were doing it because she literally said that she didn't care about the consequences or anything. Like she was like, once this is over, I'll be in prison. But then at the end, she wasn't.
Another thing is with the whole relationship thing, there was kind of no build up. Like in the book, there was a lot of scenes with them before, and then the scenes with him were just meet, sing, you go on the ship. That was it. There was like literally a handful of scenes when the rest of it was almost entirely with him and her.
Yeah, it was literally a supercut of the book.
Something I didn't like was while he was like being torn around in the ship for the red scene, that was like 1,000,000 minutes long. First of all, I had to cover my eyes because I felt like I was about to have a seizure. And I disliked a little bit in the book how much inner monologue there was, but I wish there was more in the movie. Like, I was hoping, like, because we didn't really know what was going on in that. It's just like, oh, there's a crash or something. Yeah. And my eyes were blinded, so.
I thought Planet Adrian was beautiful.
I agree.
Right?
The special effects were amazing in this.
Yeah. And Rocky was a puppet, is what they were telling me. Rocky was a puppet. There were no green screens. It did use CGI, but it was all sets that were built. So it was like real sets that they were standing on to act in.
How did they simulate space?
They took him up into space. He had to. Yeah, that was filmed like 3 light years away from Earth.
No, it wasn't, Mr. Crockett.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No. Oh my gosh, stop gaslighting me. Stop gaslighting me, okay?
Gaslighting is a form of rhetoric.
Easily. Like, anything you say, I would believe.
But adventures can't last forever. In the hero's journey, we expect a return to status quo. Not the same status quo we left, or maybe it's we who've changed and are not the same heroes. By the end of the day, we had made it back to Earth, to our school, and had some final perspectives on this interstellar trip of a lifetime. So what'd you think about the movie? You said what? Top what?
Top, 5 movies that I like.
Why?
It was just, very, it got to my feelings. I was very sad during it. And, then I was, very happy. And then, I started crying. And then I was happy again. And then in the end, I cried again.
Yeah. And you forgot somebody died?
I forgot Rocky. I thought he died, and then I was like, wait, no, he comes back to life.
Oh, you'd forgotten that part.
Yes.
Poor thing.
Because I cried in the book when I read it, and I was like,
yeah. What was your, if you had like one favorite part of the movie though, what really made the movie for you?
Probably when like at the end when Grace was like teaching the little robot or rocks. I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
Because he like got to do what he was doing before, and it was very like, I don't know, sentimental.
And it reminded you all of me in my class. It reminded you of first block.
Oh, here we go, making it all
when I ask you all to spell, denouement, you all go me.
Yes. My favorite part was probably when Eva Stratz sang the song. This song, I have been thinking about this constantly every time I see it, edit. It's always with that song. I didn't know that in the movie she was going to sing it, and I was not prepared for that. And they were looking at each other. There was chemistry, the videography. I was hoping they were going to kiss. I wish they would have changed that up a little. And I just felt like it was a very good moment for videography. I think that's a word.
Okay. I like the fact, I loved how like they designed the space scenes and everything. It was beautiful. I don't know who did that, but they need a raise because that was like trippy, and I loved it. Like it was beautiful. And I loved the fact they didn't make it a romance. I'm the complete opposite of her because this was solely based off Ryle and Grace. I also love like how the little rocks were so jittery, and they were different colors. We were diverse with the Rockies. Yes.
That's true. That's right.
They did get a lot of things right. I'm glad they included some things like that room. That I don't remember that from the book, but that was really good. Uniforms were correct. The Rosgardias, who would do that? I agree with that. I know. And the visuals were great with the explosions, space, all that was amazing.
I really like the specific part where he's like in the Petrova line and it just like shifts like from the greens and purples to like the bright. That was beautiful. I think that was probably my favorite part of the movie. It was just so perfect and like the music. One thing that I really liked was the music part of it, like where it would just like go straight to silence and then like the musical contrast of the whole movie was beautiful, and like the use of lighting. Like I'm really big on that type of stuff, and I thought it was so cool.
So that's the part where they got to Planet Adrian and they had to get out the collectors for the Petrova line and the astrophage. And it's in infrared, so we normally can't see it with our human eyes. But then when they flick on the Petrova detector, it is spectacular. And he's just kind of floating there in all of the infrared. It was majestic.
I loved the whole movie. I think I was so tense the whole time, especially with when we started having that super severe like centripetal force and they started like Rocky jumped out of the ball, you know. That whole part I think was my favorite because the whole time I was clutching onto my seat, like not even breathing because I was just, are they going to change it? Are they going to change it? Because they changed so many things. I thought they were going to like kill Rocky in the movie, and that would have ruined it for me. Absolutely ruined it because I think they might have strayed a little too far from the book. I know that the book, like it's hard to turn a book into a movie because you can write so much more, you can put in so much more detail into writing than you can a movie because there's only so much you can do with a movie, but they took so many important things out of the movie that they put in the book. Like when me and Trevor were talking about this on the bus, you didn't know in the movie, if you hadn't read the book, that Rocky was steam powered. You would have never understood why there was like that mess all over everything from where he was scurrying around. You would have never understood that.
There was a tiny detail I noticed on Ryland Grace's arm at the end where he had a little scar there. It was a burn from Rocky because Rocky had to grab him and pull him, and Rocky is superheated. Yeah. And he scalded Ryland Grace, and now Ryland is forever branded with Rocky's handprint. Yeah. I don't know that we had to know it, but it makes it so much richer to me to know it. Yeah. So y'all should definitely go read the book, right? They should definitely go read the book before watching the movie.
Good. I think if you like the movie, you'll love the book. Like I'm trying to get my parents to read the book right now because it's such a good read.
And now, our revels are ended. We came for Project Hail Mary, a book that spent half the year in the room with these kids. And along the way, it became our story too. about a teacher and his students, about a room full of people learning to trust each other, grow together, read things that challenge our feelings and assumptions and beliefs. A story that believes the future is worth showing up for. And that's always been the mission, especially so amid these chaotic times when classrooms are defunded and teachers are slandered for indoctrinating. But we show up all the same because that is the mission. Save the kids because they're going to save you too. With Honors is a Free Zone Radio production, produced here in Sparta, Tennessee. You can find more of our shows on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to great content. Check out our new show, Second Stage, premiering this season, as well as our brother podcast, A Dead Man's Books.
How many special people change?
Hey everyone, my name is Drew, and I want to talk to you about my show, A Dead Man's Books. The show was created with the mindset of whenever I pass away, as morbidly as that sounds, that my children would inherit my books, and of all the things that I'm going to pass down to them, I think that that's the one thing that I want them to make sure that they keep and go through on their own time, but I want to be there next to them whenever they read these things. And so I created a podcast so that they could go back and listen to me and my friends and other people as we read through these books and what we had to think about it. But it's grown to so much more. We've got authors we interview. We talk about everyday life. We talk about how literature connects to life. All of those things in one place. And now we want you to come along with us and join us. This is a podcast not just for my kids, but for everyone who loves to read, everyone who loves a good story, everyone who's a parent, everyone who's a teacher, everyone who just enjoys literature. This is a place to come. So come join us every Monday on A Dead Man's Books.